Hola, people. Hello. Hello, Liliane. Nadia, yes. I'm kind of back. I'm sort of back. I'm not really back. I'm still under the weather, but I feel a lot better than I have been. Um, yeah, so still a little under the weather, but I have obligations, responsibilities. I have all these kinds of things and plus I miss everybody. I miss talking. I miss doing what I do. Um, so I feel a little better where I can actually communicate. I mean, those of you who subscribe to me privately, I've been doing some cards of the days and such, and you've like my voice was so deep, and I'm like, wow, this is like the first time I've had this deep ass voice. Oh shoot, sorry, deep voice. And it was just funny. But yeah, I'm doing this in honor of my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She's having a crystal sale event that she does once a month, usually. In the group that I've listed in the description. So definitely check it out. And so I try to be there in the group and comment on certain things like, oh, this crystal is really great for this, and this is how I work with this. And then I try to do some, video one time during her event. Okay, so I try to do that, and I didn't want to miss out. I missed I missed out last time, last sale. I think I did. I think it was last sale. I'm not sure, but I was banned from going live. Well, hello, Raylene, Mona, Lori, Kristen. Good to see you. Um, I was banned from going live for saying something so dumb. Like it was just dumb. Like it was dumb. But I was banned for a month. I was banned for a month. And so I'm not banned anymore, and I can go live. And we're going to work. It's a collective reading. We're gonna work with getting into the vortex and asking it is given cards. I'll probably pull like 5 cards. Um, and we'll just discuss them and we'll have fun and we'll share time with one another, and we'll enjoy and let's just do this. Boom boom pow. I've been really feeling this eye right here lately, so some of you have noticed that I've been using it in my graphics. So I really like it for some reason. So enjoy it, but it's a collective reading, so just take some time, y'all. Take some time to ground and center. Take some time to focus on what you need right now. Focus on your heartbeat, focus on your breathing, call your guides, your spirits, your ancestors, your gods, your god, goddess, whoever you work with. Call that energy to you. Ask it to surround you and to help uplift you and to help put you on the path that is for your highest and best right now. And whatever comes up is what we can communicate about and what needs to be most aware right now for us to work with. And when you're ready, if you want to, you can choose a number between 1 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And just know that all 5 cards are part of our collective reading. The card that you choose is simply a focal piece. Okay. The card that you choose is a focal piece and it'll be like, giving emphasis to something, right? So it helps you to give emphasis to something it makes you help. Oh my goodness. It helps you to take a collective reading and make it just a little more personal. You know what I mean? So just go ahead and just, whatever number pops up for you, feel it, vibe with it, and choose it and claim it and let it be yours. So yeah. Oh my gosh, so my niece wanted me to crochet her a bunny for Christmas, and I had one pattern and I lost it, and it was the one that she wanted. I made her a while ago. She lost, and I'm trying another one, and I don't like it. I have it like I don't like it, so I stopped, and I'm looking for another. I'm starting another one. Um, Okay. One and a two and a three and a four and a five. And let's see what pops up today. Let us see what pops up today for us. Okay. Um, y'all, I have a mess in my office right now. I always have a mess. So, oh my gosh, wait till you see what I have. I will show you when it's done. But Ugh, yeah. Setting my cards out so I can see them. All right. So we'll go with the core card first, the focal piece, and then we'll finish the rest. So the core of the reading, okay, the core of the reading, I am standing on the leading edge of thought. I am standing on the leading edge of thought. So just as all of your experiences from the time of your birth into your physical body until now have culminated into who you now are, all that has ever been experienced, but all that is has culminated into all that is now being experienced in the physical life experience on planet Earth. Well, sugar, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? So I am standing on the leading edge of thought. And just as all of your experiences from the time of your birth into your physical body until now have culminated into who you now are, all that has ever been experienced, but all that is has culminated into all that is now being experienced in the physical life experience of planet Earth. So, very interesting. What I really appreciate about this is that it's expressing that it's all energy, it's all life experience, and we are currently in a space where everything that we've experienced before is now in a place where we can utilize to set the tone for what comes next. Does that make sense? And so, like anything we've experienced in our life, right? We must be aware. Like if we want change, if we want to shift into something different, if we want to be aware of something different, then it is entirely up to us to be mindful of where we have come from, how far we have come, and not allow for everything that we've experienced previously to sort of like dictate as to how we take the next few steps, but we can allow it to sort of like culminate into this massive experience where we are aware like, oh wow, I recognize all of these. Let's For me, let's say I look back and I recognize all of these hardships that I've been through, all of these things that people have said to me or done to me or whatever, and i don't I don't have any resentment. I don't have anything like that right now. I learned from it and I'm learning from it. And in this point where I'm standing, right, I can see the value in everything that I've been through. I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to judge other people or myself during this experience, right? I'm simply understanding where I am now, and I'm going to utilize it to make the most out of what comes next. Excuse me. Does that make sense? Let me know. And so I feel like that's kind of where each and every one of us is. It's like we don't have to look back and feel any type of way. We get to look back and say, look, I I am choosing to move forward, and everything I've been through is setting me up for success. And I couldn't be where I want to be, right? I couldn't be here in this moment had I not experienced what I've experienced. So I wasn't ready. But now I am ready. And now I get to look back and take all of the lessons and the experiences and the frustrations and the tears and pain and all of it. I get to take all of it and utilize it to help me move forward. I am not going to live where I was. I'm choosing to move forward, you know? Okay. So just keep that in mind. That's the core of what we're excuse me, that's the core of what we're working with. Okay. And so the first card on the left, life is supposed to be good for me. Life is supposed to be good for me. Card one. This is our strongest message to you. Life is supposed to be good for you. Do your best to find the best of the positive aspects that surround you. Look for things to appreciate, even if there aren't that many. Look for things to feel good about. Give your attention as best you can to the best things that are going on in your experience with the determination to train yourself into the best feeling vibration that you can find right here, right now. So, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? And so, Okay, life is supposed to be good for me. I think that this is an important thing. We tend to focus easily on the negative or the frustrating, the challenging, but really, life is supposed to be good for us, each and every one of us. You know what? And no matter what, it is supposed to be good for us. Whether we have, and this is life, this is physical Earth existence experience, and so we are not always going to have like this massive, positive, uplifting experience, right? What would the fun in that be? Because we're here on Earth living through these challenges and such. But when we recognize, when we hold, to the core that life is supposed to be good for each and every one of us, that when we struggle we know that there is something to hold out hope for, there is something to focus on, like, you know what, this struggle I'm going to work with, I'm going to process, I'm going to navigate the best I can, because I know that life is supposed to be good for me. I know things are getting better, I know that, I trust that, because that's how it's supposed to be. And so I'm not going to fight against what's going on currently. I'm going to work with what I'm currently going through. So, whatever my current struggle is, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to deny it. I'm going to be honest about it. I'm going to see it for what it truly is. And I'm going to allow myself to get back in alignment with what is really good. And as I navigate these struggles, as I navigate these frustrations, I also recognize that I can appreciate certain things in my life. I can find things that I love. I can find things that I enjoy and that I respect, and that I feel good when I'm around, right? And so I think, as I am standing on the leading edge of thought, as I stand and I focus on, this is where I am now. Everything that I've been through has culminated to put me in this position, in this moment, in this hour, in this space. And so when I think about those things, I focus on, you know what, life is good to me, life is supposed to be good to me, and life is good to me. And you know what, I'm going to focus on the best possible things, because that's what I'm creating with. And when I struggle, I understand that, oh, I get to redefine and help finely tune what it is I really, really want to be experiencing. So I'm grateful for the struggle too. I'm not going to run away from it. Um, I'm going to dig deeper. I'm going to embrace the situation in which I am in, and I'm going to use it, because everything is about my story, your story, right? And so I'm going to use this as a time to perfect my story. Okay. So, card two, why do I want the relationship I want? Think about what you want in a relationship and why you want it. Look for those around you who are experiencing good relationships and feel appreciation for them. Make lists of the positive aspects of those good feeling relationships you have spent time with. In fact, one of the fastest ways to make your way to a wonderful relationship is to find any subject that consistently feels good, even if it has nothing to do with relationships, and focus on that. Ooh, so what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Let me get a little sip. My voice, y'all. Okay. So why do I want the relationship I want? And I think it connects really, really well with the third card, which is again our core card. I am standing on the leading edge of thought. And so when we're standing there, we're in this place where we can make change, and we're about to really utilize and maximize on our energy. It's very important for us to focus on, why do I want these things? Why do I want this? Let's ask ourselves, like, there's nothing wrong with whatever it is that you want, but ask yourself, like, why? Let's focus on that for a little bit. Let me understand the why of it, because if we can comprehend the why of what we seek out, we can really feel it and manifest it in a way that is so much more passionate, and we have much more energy and connection to what it is we're asking for. Right? Does that make sense? And so, why do I want the relationship I want? Think about it, and what feels good when you think about what you want. Look maybe to be, excuse me, look to be inspired by other people who may be in situations that maybe they have something you want, not exactly what you want. So let's say just, superficial level, you want a house, and you look at, does that include not wanting? Yeah, relationship doesn't have to be like a relationship with a partner. It's just the types of relationships in our lives. It could be a relationship with, our family or friends. It doesn't have to be like an intimate relationship. It can mean any type of relationship. The relationship with yourself, very well could be that. But yeah, it doesn't have to automatically mean someone else. But it's just like when we want relationships or we want to perfect relationships, like why do we want this? We want a relationship that feels good, and so let me focus on what it means to feel good and look at my example about the house. Sorry, I got distracted. So, someone has a house, you want it. You don't want their house, you just want your own house. Does that make sense? You don't want what they have because they have it. It's not you. You want your own house, and you can look at the people in your life who excuse me, I'm sorry, who have houses, who own houses, and you can look at them as inspiration. You can be like, oh, you know what? I'm so happy for you. I'm so grateful to see that you have this space. You've created it for yourself, and I think that puts us in a very different position and energy where we can understand that this is what they've created and I can create this as well. And as I am happy for them, I bring more happiness into my life and I put myself in a very specific vibration to go out there and to create what it is that I want. Well, you get what I'm saying, Lillian. You get what I'm saying. You don't have to have relationships with anyone you don't want to have relationships with. I'm just saying, like, relationship doesn't mean one thing, it's all kinds of things. And we should always, it could even be like a relationship with the divine, relationship with you and spirituality, right? So why do I want the relationship I want? Life is supposed to be good for me. I am standing on the leading edge of thought. I really feel like it's a lot like the full card in the tarot. We're standing at the edge and where we are sort of like very carefree and energetic, and we're kind of reminiscing about where we've been, like our entire upbringing, the ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and we're now in this very special position where we get to decide what's next. And it's like I've learned so much about who I am by looking back and as best as I can, and taking from it what the lessons, the experiences, the initiations that I've been through, right? And I no longer attach myself to the people. I no longer attach myself to whatever has harmed me or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like I no longer attach myself to those things, but I carry forward with me the wisdom, the knowledge gained. Does that make sense? So I get to do that, and I feel like we're all sort of like in that space right now where we each get to do that for ourselves, and that's the collective vibration so far. And so we have card 4, which is the thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. The thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. So, not only does the power of your thought determine which people make their way into your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience, and the thoughts you think determine everything about the life that you live. As you turn your attention toward the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviors of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only what you desire. So, what does that say to you? It's very interesting because I've had issues with this before, but it's like I understand it more and more because it's like, how do I put this? Let me know if I'm making sense. So it's a lot like, you have this one person in the family, and then you have other people in the family who either really, really love this one person, have really good experience with this one person, or they hate this person, right? And then if you look at the thoughts I think, right, determine the relationships I attract. There's the people who have like really good, relationship with this person. Maybe their thoughts are more along the lines of positive and uplifting with this one person. You know what I mean? And then for example, if it was me, my experiences have been negative with a certain person, right? And so my thoughts, I keep focused on having negative experiences. I'm focused on a negative way about this person because that's my experience. And so, boom, I'm attracting that. I'm adding to that. I'm allowing that into my space, right? I have also still don't necessarily like this person, but I focus my thoughts in a different way, right? I focus on appreciating certain things. I can appreciate that other people have good experiences. I can appreciate that, to them, this person is something good, right? I can appreciate that. I can open up to that. And so I notice that when I do that, that my experiences aren't as negative, or my response to this person or relationship or situation isn't as negatively influenced. Does that make sense? So the thoughts I think determine the relationships, or the relationship I attract. And so as we are standing on the leading edge of thought, correct? So as we are thinking about the next phase, the next cycle in our lives, like, let's think about that. Let's think about it. Let's not dwell on all of the frustrations, and I'm not saying ignore them, but let's focus on painting the life that we want, the way the way we want it. Let's focus on, you know thinking the thoughts and feeling the things that feel good, and the thoughts that feel good, and the thoughts we can put out there that are in alignment with the success and the love and the compassion and the richness of our lives, right? Let's do that. So, the thoughts I think determine the relationships I attract. And I really think that it's really important right now for each and every one of us to just be more mindful of what we're thinking. Not just what we're saying or what we're doing, but what we are holding space for in our heads and our mental faculties. And to think better thoughts when we feel in a not so good way, right? To start asking ourselves, well, how can I think, what's a better thought? What is a better feeling here? What can I think of that feels better to me? So again, we're standing on that leading edge, and it's time for us to really think about our lives and how we want them to be and how we want them to feel. Like, how do we want to participate in that life? What kinds of experiences do we want to be doing? What kinds of thoughts do we have when we're doing those experiences or when we're feeling those things? Like, it's time. And I think it's rather fitting, especially as we get into the holidays and before the first of the year. I feel like this is a really good time to start, you know, being aware of what I want to carry forward and what I'm going to leave behind. Okay. So let's look at the fifth card. The fifth card is I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. What does that say to you? So, if we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we had resolved the negative emotion. What does that say to you? So it's like, if we're negatively, if like we're trying to do something and then we get negatively influenced and we're in a bad mood, it's really, really, really important for us to not take action if able. Sometimes we just have to, but it's really important for us to try and get back into a better feeling mood so we can just feel better, feel good, and in a space that is just well rounded for us, and then take action and initiate that motion. So we can get there, and it feels better instead of having a negative association attached to it. So if we were contemplating an action that caused negative emotion, we would not proceed with the action until we had resolved the negative emotion. We would make sure that we had come into alignment with source before proceeding. By feeling for the improved thought in time, and usually in a short time, you will feel the harmony of your source, and you will know the appropriateness of your behavior. We would not look for the long lists of right and wrong, but instead we would feel for the emotion of alignment with source. So, what does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What pops up for you? Let me get a little sippy sip because my voice is crackalackling. I like that. Let me share that. You are exactly where you need to be and are so inspired to live a life of authenticity within yourself. Yes. Yes, thank you. Oh, okay, sorry, thank you. So I can feel harmony. I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. I actually really like how this sort of seals the rest of the cards because it's saying that again, let's go back to our core card. I am standing on the leading edge of thought. So take some time, y'all, to just focus on yourself. Like you are on this edge, you know and it's the edge of this, like this new phase, this new cycle of your own life, of your own creation. Anything can happen, anything you desire, anything you intend, you're there. You are, again, you're the magical creator, you're the practitioner, you are the writer of your own story, and you're on that leading edge. It is up to you to decide what it is you participate in, what you want. And so when you think about those things, you can find harmony by feeling for improved thought. So when something comes up, if you don't feel it, if you feel negative about it, before you decide what to do with the situation, again, when you're able to, sometimes we have to immediately decide, but before taking action, take some time to feel a little better. Even if it's not like 100% better, but just take time to think about this. Take time to think about your situation, your relationship, whatever it is. Let yourself get to a place where you feel either neutral or just better about what's going on. Because when we feel better, then we feel empowered to make a decision. Then we feel like we're able to do something, that we are making that decision instead of that decision being made for us. And so take some time to feel better, find that harmony within your space, and then take action, because then you're telling the universe, like, I think about these things. You're telling the cosmos that you're finding the space for yourself, and you're going to put yourself in a better place before you take action. And then you take action, inspired action, and you start manifesting better for yourself, right? So I like that. And so let's look at all of the cards. So again, card one, life is supposed to be good for me. Card two, why do I want the relationship I want? Card three, our core card, I am standing on the leading edge of thought. Card four, the thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. Card five, I can find harmony by feeling for improved thoughts. As a whole, what do you think this is saying to you? How does that make you feel? I think it's rather empowering. I absolutely do. And I want every one of you, like all of us, to start thinking about us being on that leading edge, and we are the creators of our own story. And I want us to think like, and always remember at the back of your head, like, life is supposed to be good for me. And let me just be honest, this is not to be used as an excuse. Like when we go through like, to complain or whine about, like, oh, something bad is something we label as bad is happening, and we're like, well, life is supposed to be good for me. And it's like, but you have to create that as well. Like, life is supposed to be good for us, and it is good for us, but this is also the physical world that we have to experience the friction, so we can really even more so appreciate the fluidity and the ease and grace of things. And so when things get hard, we hold the back of our heads, like, you know what, life is supposed to be good for me, and it is. And that means I have hope, and I know that I will get through this struggle, and that I will get through this experience. I will get through this little blip, and I know that as I get through it, I will learn some valuable gems. I will learn so much more about my life, about myself, and how to create a better space. And then let me ask, like, what do I like? Why do I want what I want? Why do I want the relationship I want? Why do I want the things that I want? Why do I want this life experience that I want? Why? Let me understand the why, so I can really be fueled to make it happen. Because when I understand why I want something, then I know. Like, I have no excuse. I know what I want. I know why I want it, and then I go for it. I make it happen. Nothing can stop me because I know the why. Does that make sense? And so again, we are here, each and every one of us. We are here to create. We are here to make happen what it is we love. We are here to share that message with our own world, with the people around us, right? And it starts with us valuing our own selves, and making sure that we are thinking the thoughts that will set us up for success, and holding space for the thoughts and feelings that just feel really good to us, and that help us us to connect better, and that help us to become better. And again, we're not perfect. We're human-ish, right? We're not perfect, but we are perfectly imperfect, and that's okay. We all struggle. We all go through things. We all have different, quirks or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that. And so I think that we just need to understand and be forgiving of ourselves and other people, and to just keep doing what we love and keep doing what we enjoy, and keep focusing on our own story, and let people be and do what they want. That's their story, that's their own creation. We don't need to be worried and entangled with what they're doing. And it's time for us to focus more back, on ourselves and our pathway, and what we put out there and what we want to be a part of. And when we don't feel really really good about something, before we do anything, let's feel good. It's like there's a conversation maybe that I have to have, and I'm really irritated right now, and I don't want to have that conversation. So I'm not going to have that conversation when I'm irritated. I'm going to look for something that feels better. I'm going to try and get myself in a better space before I have that conversation that needs to take place, right? Because if I go into a conversation that needs to take place and I'm in an irritated place, it's not going to end up well, y'all. The hoops are going to come down. You know, it's not going to be pretty, and I don't. That's the thing. It's like as I grow, it's like I don't want to make someone feel bad. I don't want to put someone in a position, even if I'm mad at them, like I don't want to hurt them. And so it's so important, like, okay, I'm not going to communicate from a hurt place as best as I can. I need to find that harmony. Does that make sense? And so that's what these cards are saying. you know I really like them. I really do. I'm trying to think of anything else, but I really like this because it's definitely giving us this sort of empowered, inspired space. Like we are in the process of creating some massive creating. We are in the process of creating some really awesome stuff for us, and I'm really excited. And I just want everyone to know that you have that support. You're not alone. You can do this, and you can make so much beautiful magic in your own world. And it might be challenging, but challenging can be fun, and you can work through those challenges and be better than before, be stronger than before. Everything is helping you to succeed. Everything is helping you to get to where you need to be. And when you need to take some time to reflect, take some time to get back on that edge, and reflect upon where you've come from, how far you've come, and all of the things. And think about it this way: when you're on that edge, it's like you're not jumping off the edge. No, we're not doing that. But like we're on that edge, and everything that we has come before us, all of that information, all of the friction, all the challenge, all the uplifting, and the supportive stuff, all of it is coming with us, and we're learning from it. And we can take all of the wisdom and keep it with us, but all of the excess, all of the like the gossip, the drama, the all of that stuff, the people, the situations, we can toss off the edge, right? That stuff doesn't have we don't have to carry with us. That stuff. Like I don't need to carry your face with me. I don't like you. We had a negative experience. I don't like you. But I've learned a lot from this negative experience. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. I will take that with me, that experience, that knowledge, right? I will take that with me. But your face, I'm tossing off the ledge because I don't need to carry that portion with me. Okay. Hopefully I've made sense. But yeah, I like what the card said today. I like what they're expressing. I really appreciate each and every one of you that have shown up. And if you're watching a recording of this, I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much. I will be, with Elisa in her sale, the rest of her sale. So if you have any questions about certain crystals, you're more than welcome to tag me in that crystal. Let me know. I'm happy to help where I can. If you enjoy the work that I do, you're more than welcome to check out the link to find out how to tip if you want. You don't have to. It's always a pleasure. I miss doing these when I feel 100%, which is going to be soon, y'all. I'll start doing our dailies again. But again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you all. I will talk to you all soon. So take care.